Folks, I'm here with a topic that probably a lot of folks have kind of thought about, wondered about, and maybe even considered and asked themselves, why don't we have that? And I've asked myself that too. I definitely asked myself that when it came to the products, but when it comes to the topic of things that are manufactured in the United States, there's a whole lot of locomotion about funding, but 10 years later, here I am with the company and we haven't seen a penny. And I want to delve into this a little bit because, my company's grown substantially, and I think this topic is well overdue to get some due justice. 10 years ago, if you'd come into Western Harmonics and placed an order, you'd have been able to buy this guy right here, the pet cooler. The Western Harmonics solar-powered pet cooler. And this guy is a mini evaporative cooler that features a 6-inch diameter fan and is designed to cool small spaces. So if you have a doghouse, this guy right here does the trick. But how did we go from this little guy to the floor fan? And that journey was not a funded journey. It was not a journey where, over the hundreds of times where I've spoken with folks that are in charge of money that really is supposed to come to manufacturing and solar and renewable, and just simply disqualified the company on its face. It didn't put out a cent. And, we've sent out thousands of kits at this point. There's a full lineage. I'm not going to go into the depth of the product line, but the topic of this video really is about the fact that we have to produce more goods. Quite a few things are going to be going on pre-order because of what I just said. And let's delve into this. This, folks, is the world's most expensive 12-volt, 10-watt solar panel that there is available. This, folks, is, just zoom in here, a Western Harmonics solar panel. This is a Western Harmonics 10-watt panel. Price comparatively, this is the Bugatti of this size range. So for 2022, for this fan right here, the smaller Western Harmonics fan, not the larger one in the background, this guy, we sent out 90-something of these panels. We produced 100. Now, the penalty for producing this, and actually what makes this such an expensive panel, and on a performance level, absolutely it is the best one that we have to power a fan. This is a major improvement over what we've sent out in previous years in our kits. But what makes this guy be so expensive is if you look on the back here at our label, we scroll down looking at all the technical information, we come upon this right here, made in China. And the penalty for having done that was substantial, 239% per panel, which made this panel not only rare, but the most expensive panel that there is in this size range in the world. Over the years, we've sent out thousands of these kits, and they've always featured this version of a 10-watt solar panel. But we are now in manufacturing of solar panels. And regardless of the tariff that was imposed on this first round of production, they have waived that tariff. So we're going to be having this back on pre-order. It's not going to be on pre-order with the fan, because truthfully you can order this kit or you can order this kit. And we're going to have this kit, this fan, this panel on pre-order. And regarding pre-order, we still have some open pre-orders that we're filling. We're not quite done related to this larger fan. So let's delve into that topic. Only May 1st of this year were we in stock on anything. We were completely out of stock and on pre-order for all items that we produce and sell, regardless of whether or not it was the 10-watt fan kit or it was the larger size floor fan, the exhaust fan, anything that goes out of here. And on May 1st, we came into inventory and came into stock with a few of these panels and a round of production of the fans. So over the summer, we've been sending out kits, and kits. And there's been quite a few of these smaller fans that have shipped. Most all of the 10-watt kits that went out did not get this panel. Only a few of them got it. Remember, there was only 92 of these that shipped out. So in terms of production and how this relates to the larger fan, I think we have a topic to cover here. We're going to go on a field trip here while we talk about these solar panels. I have so much to discuss on this, particularly why everything is so late and what's going on with the panels, but also pre-order in general. I'm in the neighborhood where the business is located. This is an industrial area. We're not allowed to run Western Harmonics in a apartment. We're not allowed to run it at a retail location because we make our goods. Now, that being said, routinely I've put into the videos and I've mentioned that we are in fact a global team, and although we do make a lot of things overseas, there's a heck of a lot of stuff that's made here because that's what a team is. 1,000 fans. We literally sent out 1,000 fans, and you know, the entire product line was on pre-order all the way through until May 1st. So anything prior to May 1st of this year is all pre-order, and only half of the product line was in stock throughout the summer. The hanging fan, which is very, very popular, any of the 20-inch series fans, the evaporative coolers that we're kind of known for, all of that stuff remained on pre-order because we did not have, you know, advanced finance to make things in advance so that we would have it on time for the season. And I definitely spent a lot of hours on this time last year to have things available and financed well in front of the season so that, you know, there is no delay in shipping, because my company is really actually quite fast. But this is the thing, if we're not in stock or we're in pre-order and having to catch up from pre-order, we're not going to be so fast. That's just the way it is. It's, you know, the company's growing. It's definitely bigger than it was when it took up all the square footage in my apartment in San Diego. And I came down here to this spot because I noticed it was available. I don't really know what the rent is. Southwest Steel Company, I hope you guys are doing well wherever you're at. But you know, the space is available. And it's a perfect location to just kind of sit and talk a little bit about American manufacturing. So, you know, you might say, what? You make stuff overseas? Well, we make a lot of stuff here. And, you know, something like this business location is probably to my estimation, about the size that the company actually needs. That's not what we have, though. We occupy about 800 square feet. We've got another, 300 square feet of additional storage that's rented. We've got another 300 square feet of additional storage that's rented. And our build room is also storage because the company is growing. You wouldn't know it, but there was over 1,000 fans that were shipped out of Western Harmonics this year for 2022. Okay, so here I am back at the shop, and what I want to go into right now is production. You know, last year we were in stock from January 1st till approximately mid-May on some items. We had the 20-inch fan series in stock during that time before we just sold out in a 9-week stint where once everything was discovered it was here, it was gone pretty well immediately. Our normal fans that we normally carry, which are the smaller, the 9-inch series, those guys were in stock not at all last year, actually. And it wasn't really until the 1st of May this year. Those guys were out of stock and on pre-order for 2 years. So, this time last year and then all of the points in time in between this time last year and the year prior, there was an inordinate amount of time and energy that was put into raising capital to fund so that we could be in stock. Just take out a big loan, have a monthly payment, and be done with it. But, there was a lot of lip service that was given. There were a lot of nods of interest that were given, but there was ultimately not a finger lift, and there was no funding provided. So 100% of the product's existence in the market from inception all the way up to this point is pre-order. There hasn't been any bank that's shown up or an investor that's shown up with any kind of sizable amount of money that's been like, hey, let's just see what this company can actually do. And I understand that it is very frustrating for folks that have a pre-order to have to wait, especially the folks that were right at the end of the summer. We had a group of folks that came in at the end of the summer, placed some pre-orders right when we were due to be in stock, but having a very complicated inventory arrival that delayed things. That was just kind of a bad time to come in and expect something right away. And, we would have been faster, but some of the repercussions from that just further exacerbated the problem and slowed things down further. But, when I sit back and I look at 2022 thus far, there was a heck of a lot of funding that went on there in terms of crowdfunding and movement because, the fans that we sell are actually needed for folks that actually need them. And, I can understand that there would be some frustration over pre-order. It's, believe me, 100 times the amount of frustration on my side. So, all that being said, sure looks like a crowdfunding moment to me. And if it's something where, we're all asking for something to happen here, everybody wants manufacturing, but, the folks that have been entrusted to kind of put up the funding for this stuff don't, then it's on us in the public to take on the matter, and we've pretty well done it. Complications included. So let's do more. And we have quite a few solar panels that we need to ship out. Traditionally, for the 20-inch frame fans, we've been sending the 100-watt New Power solar panel. Those are what will be going with these remaining pre-orders. And, any current orders that we have that come in that are not a pre-order will get that panel assignment. But we are producing a 100-watt panel for our kits with the name on it. Now, This is not going to be made in the United States. A few years ago, I attempted to acquire a factory that bankrupted in Phoenix. They invited me to come in and bid to purchase the entire company, including all of the racking equipment and production line for manufacturing solar panels. And, you know, even though I was able to raise the capital for that, they still had terms that they wanted the production line liquidated. And on top of that, we reached an agreement and went forward with this, and the trustees for the bankruptcy just shot it all down. So that factory was just sold off in piecemeal, and none of it came to Western Harmonics. So we're going to start from scratch. We're going to do pre-order this fall on quite a few items. We're going to be maintaining and expanding our global relationship as part of the mosaic that is the world related to solar production of goods across the board. And additionally, you know, we're onboarding right now with Australia, with Prime delivery in Australia. And folks that are in Australia will be able to buy the same products that are available here on Amazon. So the proposition is this. We're going to film the Made in America series here, and we're going to build a factory. And we're going to take a look in depth at why so many things that are supposed to be going well don't go well, and why we don't have manufacturing and all the problems that are encountered. And additionally, I'm going to just throw this out there again, because I do really feel in my gut there is somebody out there that is a missing member of this team who's supposed to be here, and, you know, brings the finance. Number one, that's one team member. That's a critical person right there, the investor. Number two, the person that is going to be on the YouTube channel, because we got to spice this up. I'm not as interesting as I could be. There's definitely people who have a talent for this. And honestly, for your viewing pleasure, to really make this story snap and be right, we need to have that person. So we're going to be bringing in some people. I'm also going to have a quick video that we put together, you know, with folks here that work here at Western Harmonics, so that, you know, there isn't any confusion that it's just me by myself. And then additionally, I'd give my eye teeth for a cowgirl that rides the rodeo and wants to be the person who's the customer service rep that takes the fans for the horses and goes on the circuit. Could be a great, great position. So, cowboy, cowgirl, are you out there? I think you might be. And I also want to mention that we've onboarded a couple of distributors and retailers. On the West Coast, we have Light Depth Solutions, which is based in Oregon. They're going to be carrying the hanging fan for greenhouse applications. And on the East Coast, in Florida specifically, Mistmore, they have both the hanging fan and the floor fan. Currently, they have the floor fan in stock. They will be having the hanging fan in stock a little bit later this month. We're going to do a little video on that. They've got some really amazing things that they're doing. And, you know, the capability to provide cooling just off of the fan alone is really quite interesting. So I'm really happy that we're working together. And some great folks at both of these locations. And if you're out there and you are a retailer and you are interested in carrying our product, we are absolutely taking orders right now for spring 2023. This is the time of the year where we are getting ready for next season. And that, I think, is probably a really interesting proposition. You know, in terms of manufacturing, there's a few things that you have to have. One of them is capital. But you know, there's a few things that just sort of happen that go along that can kind of make up for when you don't get the capital, but you still have a lot of growth, a lot of customers, and you just can't quite get all of it as quickly as you need to get it because it's that much. You have a story. And so, you know, what I propose is that we photo document the story of Western Harmonics on YouTube, and we build a factory.